Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix's new comic book day for the week of August 25th. We're going to get started right now. This episode brought to you by the comic book store, 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey, 08028. Come buy some comics. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Like this little doodad is telling you to do.
Hey guys, it's Tim from Capes and Scowls, Team Ashen. Paul and Tim do a thing. I keep adding things. Don't you like that? Paul likes it, right, Paul?
I mean, I like it a lot.
Paul's very hype. Very hype.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk about the trades. We've got, well, this isn't a trade, but I'm going to show you it with it. We got a 16-month 2022 calendar. It's got a unique combination of art on the back. It's just nice to know you can order a calendar already, so you don't get to December and you're like, wait a minute. The Best of Archie, 80 years, 80 stories. This is a mix of all the way up to current stuff. It's fun. We got Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. This is issues 12 through 21 of the oh my god, Secret Wars made this difficult. It's Squirrel Girl. You'll like it. Michael Avon Oeming's Victories Omnibus. This is I love his art. It's so incredibly good. But a really good Dark Horse book. We got Punderworld by Linda Sajic. Love the Sajics. They're both super, super talented. A fantasy romance novel. We got Venom, King in Black. This is volume 6 of Venom. I believe this is to the end, maybe? Yes, to the end. I can read the word stunning clothes really large. And then finally, we got Old Head by Kyle Starks. I've read this because it was a Kickstarter. It's fantastic. It's a vampire basketball book. You need to buy it. It's required. All right, time to talk about the previews. I've got the Marvel previews. Paul, say stop.
Stop.
We've got X-Force.
Oh no.
And a Liefeld cover.
Sorry.
Boo. It's all right, buddy. You can make it up to me. All right, here we go. We got the big guy now. There is a DC one, too, but I didn't grab. You know what? I'll grab it. I got it. They got time for me. You got time for me. Go ahead, DC one. Go ahead.
Stop.
We've got Gotham City Villains Anniversary Giant. This looks awesome. It looks awesome. There's a really cool penguin cover that's pretty gross. Go ahead, Paul, one more time. What do you got?
Stop.
We've got Twisted Haunted Ions for all the juggalos out there. Haunted Ions. All right, perfect.
First up, we have Echolands issue number 1. I'm holding it sideways, not because of anything. I'm holding it sideways because you need to hold it sideways. It is a sideways book. It's a sideways book, and it's really interesting. It is about a character who you literally learn everything about in the very first page, but this is the beginning of this character. It's teaching you about this girl named Hope and her power of the red. And you're getting a glimpse of what it can do as she lives in a dystopian world ruled by wizards and has gained a magic that she's not supposed to have. And this is her trying to escape as they try to get it back. And it is beautifully drawn. It's really nice and interesting. I love that despite the way you have to flip through this book, everything is done in such a wide perspective to really kind of take you know what I'm trying to say, take full use of that wide perspective, and it leads to a different type of storytelling, but it's still really, really interesting, so you should definitely grab it.
All right, I liked all my books, but one of them did stand a little bit above the others. But first up, we have Superman 78, issue 1 of 6. This is written as if it's the old movies from the 70s. Everybody looks like those characters, and they introduce Brainiac, which was not a part of the original movie. There's a very nice tribute to Richard Donner in the beginning, and it just has a really nice feel. It feels like those movies, and I love that. That's probably the most important thing. And it's just a pretty cool story of, you know, the quirky Lois and Clark kind of relationship and how Perry interacts with him. Not a ton of Jimmy Olsen in this as much, but I'm sure we'll get there. But you do get Brainiac showing up, one of his drones, and looks like the old Super Friends version of Brainiac, which is fun. And then you I'm very excited for the next issue. I won't give away where it's going to go. They tell you at the end, and I am super pumped. I enjoy this book. I enjoy the nostalgia hit, and if you enjoyed those old movies, Christopher Reeves, definitely check it out.
Next up, we have Once and Future, issue number 19. If you've been paying attention to Once and Future and you watched the Here We Go Again video, you know that the world as we know it in Once and Future has completely and irrecoverably changed. The entire Britain coastline, like everything in the UK, is plunged into Outerworld, and it's just utter chaos. And it's interesting to see the interactions between Graham and the grandma, because for once, in the very last issue, everything she has literally set her life to, and everything she's done to protect the world was undone in basically a sentence. And you're seeing her come to grips with that reality, and she's in a different place than she was. But this is still such a fun book. I love the way this is going through, and I can't wait to read more. Almost my pick of the week. Not quite, but really, really close.
Next up, we have King Spawn, issue 1. This is a big boy. This took me a minute to read. I'm sleepy. But it is written, along with Todd McFarlane, is written by Sean Lewis, which is a brilliant move. Sean Lewis does a lot of dark stuff. He's done Coyotes. He did Saints. I think he did Bliss. I could be wrong about Bliss, but Bliss was awesome. But anyways, it's a good pick. He found the right person to help him co-write the story. It is a dark story. It is about religious zealots blowing up children to make a statement. And, man, it is a rough one. Goes a lot of interesting places. Goes places you expect and places you do not. And I would say the initial main story by Lewis is fantastic. It's pretty good stuff, and a good starting point for sure. There is a bunch of backup stories. Some of them I enjoyed. Some of them I was like, all right, I didn't follow Spawn enough probably to get all of it, but I enjoyed it. You get about 4 backup stories that are real quick. One of them has Haunt. Everybody loves Haunt. Remember Haunt? Good old Haunt. So if you are a completionist of Spawn, you need it. If you're curious about the universe, this isn't the worst place to jump in. And it's just Sean Lewis good. That's all I got.
What is my pick of the week? It is Siphon issue number 2. We didn't get to read Siphon issue number 1 in real time because of some mix-ups with shipping. But to give you an idea of what Siphon is, he was given a power. A power was passed to him, rather, that allows him to siphon bad thoughts and bad energies, and he has the ability to basically make people feel better by pulling in that emotion into himself. He has found another like him, and that person is trying to show him how to use the power, and realizing that he can basically siphon any type of emotion that he wants. And he starts to learn some of the goods, but also a lot of the bad that come along with his powers, and how they can be used for bad. And that leads to what will eventually be the next issue's conclusion, as I'm assuming these two will square off to figure out what's going on. This is a really interesting book. I really like the concepts that they talk about in here, and how a real world person would kind of react with the powers that are given to him. And yeah, it's a really interesting book, beautifully written. This is drawn just beautiful. The colors are amazing in this, so you should definitely grab it.
All right, and time for my pick of the week. Paul, what is it?
I have no idea.
Ah, you never do. It's Darkhawk.
I mean, I didn't know.
It's Darkhawk.
Oh, okay, cool.
Darkhawk. Issue number 1 by Kyle Higgins. I love Kyle Higgins. He's done really good work. I always reference his Nightwing run.
I like Kyle Higgins too.
Yeah, Kyle Higgins is great.
Radiant Black.
Radiant Black. Yeah, this has a Radiant Black kind of feel to it. We're getting a new Darkhawk, and I really enjoy the character. Most of the story is just learning about this new teenager who is going to become the new Darkhawk, and his family and his life, and He is an athlete. He's a basketball player, a star basketball player, which is good. So he's already got some physical characteristics that match up the superhero. And through events that are kind of interesting, he becomes Darkhawk. And that's pretty much it. I actually feel like most of this book was just talking about a normal family, a normal kid going through some stuff. And I actually enjoyed that a bunch. You don't get a ton of super heroics till the end, and that's quite okay because the setup for issue 2 is awesome. It does a little bit that you expect, and then it gives you a little more, and I was in. Kyle Higgins is great. Definitely make sure you pick this up. I think you're going to enjoy it. Definitely read this. All right, guys, that's it. We're done. Thank you for checking out everything. You can see Paul do his Twitch stuff like normal. Paul and Tim Do a Thing is the other YouTube channel where we react to stuff. We've got 3 or 4 videos up by this point, right? 3?
3 of them.
4 soon. So if you want to see me react poorly to music I don't like, it gets worse. I'll give you a little spoiler. It gets way worse. And yeah, I kind of lose it on a thing. But that's normal. And yeah, that's it. So check it out, and we'll see you back here next week, right?